I'll be showing 8 new features in Excel. I've broken this up into desktop, web, Copilot, and Mac. So let's get started. The first new feature is in Excel Desktop, and that is finally you get a much better feedback mechanism for any type of formula error that you get in Excel. I have some errors up here, divide by 0, num, name, value, etc. Now, when I hover over this, let's say I had this formula that was equals 10 divided by 0. You can get this nice little divide by 0 error, explains what's happening, even show calculation steps. So if I click this, a new dialog pops up and I can see exactly what's going on here. And it says evaluate. Oh, I get that error. So I'll close this. You can go over any error now and hover on the little green right there, and you get this type of dialog. You can even say help on this error, and it opens up a nice pane on the right and shows you exactly how to correct the error that you're seeing. So some improved error handling for any of these formula errors in Excel. The second new feature is another error handling improvement, and that is for pivot tables now supporting spill. So an example is, let's say I've got a table here and I go to the insert menu and choose pivot table. I've got my table range selected, and I'm going to choose to put this on an existing worksheet. And then where do I want the location? Let's say I just choose right here. And there's a note to self right here. Let's say I didn't notice that. And I hit OK. And immediately it has this spill error. And just like you saw in the previous feature, I can hover and say, oh, a cell we need to spill data into isn't blank, because this is going to overwrite my pivot table on the note. So if I did something like designer, it shows that first column, but as soon as I fill out this next one, watch what happens. I'm going to say quantity and stock on the values. Oh, and now it's spilled. I can't fill that out. So let's say I'm going to uncheck this, and maybe I'm going to go and I'm going to move this. I think, okay, I'll just move it over to here. Great. We'll go back in here. Now I say quantity and stock. But if all of a sudden I want to have unit price in columns, which is going to make my columns expand, immediately it goes into that spill error. So nice error handling improvements for pivot tables. The third new feature is an improved get data dialog. That dialog is really crusty historically. So if I go to the data tab, now when I choose get data, and you're going to see it's in preview right now, I'm going to choose get data. This launches a much improved and prettier data dialog, and this is for PowerQuery. So you can see the new sources are listed here. If I go to new, it's going to have all the sources laid out really easy to see. I can click on any of these and filter by specific things, Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, etc. So a much more improved and easy to work with dialog. Maybe I'm going to click SharePoint, and I can keep going like I normally would. The fourth new feature is in Excel for the web, and that is the ability to edit data labels in your charts. So right here, I have a chart that has the different prices on these different instruments. Now let's say I want to edit this one, the $2,000 one. I'm going to double click this, and now it has edit data label. And I want to have this. This one is super high, hit OK. And now you've edited that specific data label. And this works for any of the data labels that you have in any chart. The fifth new feature is also in Excel for the web, and that is the show changes has been extended from 30 days out to a full year. I have a spreadsheet here, and I made some changes a couple of months ago. Now, if I go to the review tab, I'm going to go and choose show changes, and that's going to show the more recent changes. I'll click this. On the right-hand side, this pane opens up. And here, I made a change 43 minutes ago, but I want to show more changes. And right here, you can see it goes way beyond 30 days. It's January right now, and you can see that this goes back into September for the changes that I've made. So this has been expanded compared to where it was just a 30-day show changes in the past. The sixth new feature is agent mode. And agent mode in Excel is a super powerful way to use AI to create and manipulate spreadsheets just by using natural language and typing. Agent mode today requires the Copilot Premium license, and it's supported in both Excel for the web as well as Excel Desktop. But it was announced that agent mode is coming to all M365 customers probably in March or so of 2026. So I'm going to show how agent mode works in Excel for the web right here. So I will go on the Home tab and click the Copilot button to open up chat mode. Now I'll drop the Tools menu here and choose Agent Mode. This switches it into that special mode where now I can talk to my Excel spreadsheet. You can also change what model you want. So I can drop this down and choose GPT 5.2 from OpenAI. I could choose Claude Opus 4.5 from Anthropic. Let's choose this one for example. And just to show an Excel desktop, I'll switch there really quick. Agent mode is also supported here. This is an Excel desktop. But I'll switch back to Excel for the web. Agent mode gives you a few nice starter prompts. So create a monthly budget tracker, create a monthly close report, or a loan calculator. What I'm going to do though, because agent mode can talk to web sources right here, you can see that, I'm going to have it create a specific spreadsheet and go out and search data on the web and bring it back here. So here is my prompt. Can you research the latest data on GPU spend and build a forecast for the top 3 GPU makers in the world and set the dates for the forecast and add at least 3 interesting charts and make sure pie chart is one of them. And I'll click go. Here come the charts, and this can take a little bit of time, so we're going to speed up and see the final product. Okay, now look what it did. GPU market forecast complete. It explains it created these different data tables, and we'll go over those, all the things that it did, what charts that it created, key insights from research, and it has the sources. So if I expand this, here are all the different sources that it took to build this dashboard. Now let's go check out what it did. So pretty detailed. It even has the data sources here, section 1, section 2. We've got revenue forecast, data center GPU, year-over-year revenue growth, bunch of stuff down here, key market insights and analysis. I mean, this is quite thorough. Now let's go look at all the charts that it created. I'm going to scroll over here. I asked for a pie chart, and you can see here, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. You can see the growth rates right here, data center revenue, revenue trend data. This is a really interesting chart, market share evolution. I didn't ask for any of these specifics. It's just that agent mode figured these things out. And you can ask for it to change things. This is just a starting point. Okay, this looks pretty good. I will say keep down at the bottom. And now I'm set for this beautiful dashboard and data sets. You can also use agent mode to clean up your own data and give insights on your own dashboards that you might want to create. Let's show how that works. Let's say I've got a table here and it's got a bunch of messy data. It's got misspellings of cities, it's got weird capitalizations, the date formats are all over the place. And so I can just go into agent mode and say, clean up my DM messy data sheet, that's for Dunder Mifflin, ensure good spellings, consistent dates and proper name, capitalization, etc. And now agent mode's going to go in and clean this whole sheet up really quickly. It's made its plan and it's executing the cleaning plan. Okay, everything is cleaned up and standardized. It even normalized the date and all sorts of these updates. You can see the regions are spelled right, the names are spelled right. We've got Jim Halpert, Pam Beasley. I might want to change the date format, so I can quickly just say, please update the date column to be a short month, day, year format. In the US, that's how we render it. Great. It cleaned that up really quickly. You can see here that is nice and short now. I can also do things like create a pivot table, and I'm going to do that really quickly. Please create a useful pivot table on a new sheet that groups by salesperson and then by region. Let go. Okay, pivot table added, and it says it added the pivot sales rep by region sheet, and it explains how it was done and some of the assumptions. So there's a new sheet here, pivot sales rep by region. Switch to that. Okay, we've got the sales rep and then by region. It made a nice pivot table. So really easy to do things like that. Next up, I'm going to ask it to give me some charts and insights based on this sheet right here. So we'll go and we're going to click new chat and we're going to describe what I want to create. I've said, please create 3 charts from this table. Give me interesting insights, include a sales rep revenue bar chart, a revenue per region and a pie chart, and then something that you think is interesting, and create these charts on a new sheet. Okay, let's have agent mode go do that. Okay, look what it did. It did sales rep revenue bar chart, regional sales distribution from the different areas, and a nice pie chart, and then, deal pipeline status. This is the enlightening one. Okay, this one here says shows revenue breakdown by deal status to give you the pipeline health visibility. Interesting. Okay, so closed won, negotiation. Now, you might say, okay, well, this formatting right here, that's not what I want. It's really easy to go into agent mode and say, hey, add the label like this, change the sort order, change the font here, change the colors. You can literally just talk to your spreadsheet and very easily make all sorts of updates that you want to make. The 7th new feature is AI-powered formula creation, and this also requires the Copilot subscription. What I'm going to do here is, you see total inventory value. And AI is going to analyze the names at the top of my table and figure out what do I actually want here. So all I'm going to do is type equals, and it says generating formula. And very quickly it figures out C2 times D2. So I hit enter. Hey, that's what I wanted. Unit price times quantity in stock, total inventory value. I just double click and it fills that out. Similarly, I just say year over year change, and AI is going to analyze this column and that column header, and I'll just hit equals, generating formula, and it figures that out. Okay, I wanted the year over year change, and it figured out what that is. Now, if I just change and I say year over year change in percent like this, and we'll make sure that this is now formulated to show percentage. Now, when I hit equals, it's going to generate a formula. Hey, that looks good. It automatically calculates the percent change year over year. Super powerful. It also works with text operations. So here I've got my favorite office characters, and I want the proper name. This one is all messed up, and I want to have capital M for Michael and capital S for Scott. If I hit equals, it's going to generate a formula here and know that I'm looking for the proper casing. There we go. It says all caps here. If I hit equals, it'll generate a formula. Use the upper function. I don't even have to know functions anymore. If I hit equals here for lowercase, it does lower. And then same thing with initials. It just figures it out, generates a formula. That one is pretty complex. Super simple. It gets the first lowercase m and the uppercase s. And I'm just going to go and do this for everyone in the table. Super fast and easy. The eighth new feature is forms integration in Excel for the Mac. So I'm on the Insert tab and I choose New Form from the New Forms button, and it automatically pops up the form that I can now use, and the data will sync live back into Excel. If you want to keep up with all the latest Microsoft updates and tips and tricks, subscribe to my channel and then just ring the bell so you get all the latest videos that I post.